how's it going? I'm Marlene. Thanks for wandering by. So, I'm excited because I love a theme. I do love a theme. And today's theme is Summer-ween. Summer-ween, which I didn't know was a thing, but I guess, we can make anything a thing if we want to. But I saw this around booktube channels where you bring Halloween stuff into the summer, hence Summerween. And I thought I would bring tarot into it too because I have a ton of like Halloween themed or darker decks that I never get to because October is 1 month. Halloween um, is just such a short period of time that I want to have a reason and a fun one to use decks now in the summer. And so I have some suggestions. And so we're going to look at decks, Summerween decks, books and movies. So I'm gonna do deck, book, movie. Because also, I mean, I just think it's fun I to read horror thriller here in the summertime, and also I just watched a horror movie yesterday. It's an older one called Brightburn. It was really gruesome, but not like scary. It was just like really gore, lots of gore. Anyway, I just thought it would be fun because in the summer here we get lots of thunderstorms, and it's a perfect thing to do is watch a horror movie or a thriller when it's storming outside. So yeah, let's go ahead and do a deck, a book, and a film suggestion for Summer Week. And also, just to say that you are more than welcome to play along to make a video as well and tell me how you would like to do and celebrate some Summerween here. But first, let's look at a deck that I have that I haven't played with in a while because it's a Halloween type deck, and that is the Tarot Nuages. So Nuages means clouds, which I didn't know the first time I had this deck out. This deck is full of these like creepy but like kind of lovable characters. Like we've got like gremlins or gargoyles and these little mushroom guys, and it's this whole like city town of Nuages, and we've got these like sepia tone colors. It is so fun and so creepy, but also kind of whimsical too, like kind of cute, scary, cute. I'm not sure that I'm going to be like matching the deck with the book and the film. Like that's too much to ask. We've got the one theme, right? Look at this knight. He's cool. I just would love to like go to Nuages and like hang out with those mushroom guys. Anyway, Tarot Nuages, I've definitely used around Halloween. Like this is most definitely a Halloween type deck for me. So it's a good candidate, or it's a good one to have around for Summerween. Now, let me grab the book, one of the books. Now, all of the books are coming from my Kindle. I think these are all under Kindle Unlimited right now, and they are on my TBR list. So let's look at the first one. Oh, so this is Mary, An Awakening of Terror by Nat Cassidy. So I'll read you a little bit of the blurb. So this is about Mary, a quiet middle-aged woman doing her best to blend into the background, unremarkable, invisible, unknown even to herself. But lately, things have been changing inside Mary, along with the hot flashes and body aches. Oh, so Mary's going through perimenopause. Okay. She can't look in a mirror without passing out, and the voices in her head have been urging her to do unspeakable things. Fired from her job in New York, she moves back to her hometown, hoping to reconnect with her past and inner self. Instead, visions of terrifying Mutilated specters overwhelm her with increasing regularity, and she begins auto writing strange thoughts and phrases. Mary discovers that these experiences are echoes of an infamous serial killer. Oh, then the killings begin again. Mary's definitely going to find herself. Oh my God, that one sounds really scary and psychological and like I do like horror on occasion. But sometimes I will definitely stop watching or stop reading something if it's just too damn scary for me. But yeah, Mary, An Awakening of Terror by Nat Cassidy. That sounds like an interesting one, and it's in my Kindle Unlimited. I've wanted it because of the perimenopause kind of connection. We'll see if I get to it. Okay, and then the film, I was just scrolling through my like Netflix and I was just looking to see like what's available on Netflix. And I have like suggestions for things that are like classics or modern classics for horror. And I've been wanting to rewatch the movie Scream and the original, the very first Scream. Maybe we'll do a little bit of a like a marathon or binge watching some of the others. I haven't really watched any of the newest ones in the Scream family, but like Scream with Neve Campbell. I mean, it Matthew Lillard. I can't think of all the names of Rose McGowan. You've got oh my God, I can't think of all the names of all the people, but like Scream is a classic. It's a modern classic. I was a teenager when Scream came out. Like, I haven't watched it in years. So, Scream, gonna watch Scream. So, that's my first book. No, deck, book, and film. Okay, let's grab another deck to look at for Summerween. Okay, this one. Tarot of Haunted House. And I always complain about that there's a missing article, Tarot of a Haunted House, the Haunted House. Which one is it? So I have not used this deck. It is on my 25 and 25 list of decks that I want to use in 2025. And it's because, do I still have this in order? No, I don't. It's because I haven't used it at all, not once. Here are the backs. I know that this is a story tarot. Like it's a narrative that follows one character throughout the entire deck. And sometimes I think we get from her perspective, and sometimes we see her in the cards. But I've been wanting to play with this deck for so long. I've literally had it for 2 years. And I've heard like really wonderful things about it. Like when folks get around to using this, or I don't know if they use it like all the time, but when they do, it's like this like really kind of immersive, cool experience. And I feel like that's what I'm looking for Summerween, bring the scary into the summer on a afternoon where it's thundering and lightning and there's the storm and the winds are blowing out there. Yeah, man. Oh, look at her. I wonder what's going on in that Seven of Pentacles. Because it, like while this reads like traditional Rider-Waite Smith, there's some crazy stuff going on in here that has to do with the story that I believe is in the Little White Book, that goes along with Tarot of Haunted House. So I'd like to try to play with this deck, but if not, I'm just showing it as a Summerween kind of a deck. So, Tarot of Haunted House. All right, so another book that is on my Kindle Unlimited, and these books, not all of them are horror, some of them are thriller because I can't do too much gore or horror all the time. This one classifies as a thriller, and it is called In My Dreams I Hold a Knife. So I heard about this on someone's channel and I was like, "Ooh," and I realized it was on Kindle Unlimited and I was like, I think I want to try this because I'm into this like dark academia kind of thing, which I think is good. Well, I mean, I guess that makes more sense, like heading into like back to school time. Dark academia is a theme. But anyway, this book is a thriller, mystery, dark academia, but I am into it because I read If We Were Villains recently and absolutely loved it. So this whole like murder mystery with a group of friends in university or college or whatever is like it's the thing right now, I think. Okay, so this is, oh, six friends, one college reunion, one unsolved murder. So the blurb reads, a college reunion turns dark and deadly in this chilling and propulsive suspense novel about six friends, one unsolved murder, and the dark secrets they've been hiding from each other and themselves for a decade. 10 years after graduation, so this is very similar to If We Were Villains, except not. Okay, 10 years after graduation, Jessica Miller has planned her triumphant return to Southern elite Duquette University. Duquette, that's so funny, like Lon Milo Duquette, but I know they're not connected. Anyway, Duquette University, down to the envious whispers that are sure to follow in her wake. Everyone is going to see the girl she wants them to see, confident, beautiful, and different, not the girl she was when she left campus, back when Heather's murder, so Heather's the friend that died, I guess, Heather's murder fractured everything, including the tight bond linking the six friends she'd been closest to since freshman year. 10 years ago, everything fell apart, including the dreams she worked for her whole life and her relationship with the one person she wasn't supposed to love. Ooh, this sounds good. But not everyone is ready to move on. Not everyone left Duquette 10 years ago, and not everyone can let Heather's murder go unsolved. Someone is determined to trap the real killer to make the guilty pay. When the six friends are reunited, they will be forced to confront what happened that night and the year's worth of secrets each of them would do. And the year's worth of secrets each of them would do anything to keep hidden. In My Dreams, I Hold a Knife by Ashley Winstead. I didn't say the name of the author. Oh, that sounds good. I mean, it sounds kind of like it could be bad. Like it could be not good, but it sounds like it might be fun. I like it. It's on I might get to it. I'm thinking, I could read this even just like sitting by the pool, have my Kindle, read these little mystery thrillers because they go fast. I read them kind of fast. Okay, so another film, I've got like my screens and my phone because I was going through my Netflix and I realized I knew that there was this movie. It's a horror movie called Tarot. And I know it came out a while ago, and I know some folks in the tarot tube sphere have already talked about it. And I think it sounds kind of hilarious, but I don't know if I'm going to find it like offensive. I don't know if other folks found it offensive or if they thought it was funny and hilarious or actually kind of scary. But here's the little blurb for the movie Tarot, which has been out for a year now. It came out last year. So, and I'm sure many of you have already heard it, maybe seen it already. Let me know in the comments. So, tarot, when a group of college friends stumbles upon an ancient tarot deck, their weekend getaway quickly turns into a bloody battle against fate. So from what I've seen of the trailer, I think each of the major cards like come to life and are like sinister and attempt to kill our main characters or the group of friends or whatever. So I think it could be really funny. If I find it like horribly offensive, I will probably, not continue watching it. But I think it could be fun for this theme of Summerween. So Tarot, the movie. All right, so that was the second deck, book, and film. So now let's do another deck. All right, so oh my goodness, I'll grab this one because I haven't played with it for like two Halloweens. And this is the Marigold Tarot. I have not played with this since I started reading Pips in a completely different way. So I think, sorry, here are the backs. This linen cardstock is delicious on this deck. This deck has been around for a while. It's an indie deck. Um, and it's mostly pips, lots of skulls and bones and skelly friends. That's why I think of it really as a Halloween deck. I mean, the color, the color palette here too can make it that way. But I mean, obviously, all these decks you can use all year long, all year round if you want to. But what was I saying? So I have not used this deck since I started learning about Marseille and reading Pips a little bit differently and created my little tarot grammar keyword kind of thing. Oh, that's that sun card. Um, so I think it would be like a fun Summer-ween to bring this kind of dark and spooky skeletons and, play with pips. I love the cup suit because of all of these skulls. So good. Look at this judgment card. I really do like this deck a lot. It is very very good. Oh, sorry, my fingernails are stained from the yellow fingernail polish that I was wearing recently. So if you see that, that is why. So the Marigold Tarot, pretty sure it's still in print and has been for some time. A very fun kind of dark and spooky Summerween deck that we could get into here in the summer for this fun theme. Now, oh yeah, let me pull up another book. Okay, so another book recommendation. I was just talking about this author because I read If We Were Villains by ML Rio, but I think this is a novella by the same author, ML Rio, and it's called Graveyard Shift. So here's the blurb. Every night in the college's ancient cemetery. So I'm definitely having a dark academia, college university vibe going on here. Maybe a little bit of nostalgia for me. Okay, so every night in the college's ancient cemetery, five people cross paths as they work the late shift. A bartender, a rideshare driver, a hotel receptionist, the steward of the derelict church that looms over them, and the editor in chief of the college paper, always in search of a story. So these five people cross paths, okay, because they all work this graveyard shift. One dark October evening in the defunct churchyard, they find a hole that wasn't there before, a fresh, open grave where no grave should be. But who dug it and for whom? Before they go their separate ways, the gravedigger returns. As they trail him through the night, they realize he may be the key to a string of strange happenings around town that have made headlines for the last few weeks, and that they may be closer to the mystery than they thought. Ooh, this is just a novella. So I've heard mixed reviews, lots of different mixed reviews about this book. I think some people were disappointed because it was not as good as If We Were Villains. But I don't know. It sounds like fun. It sounds like it could be fun. Um, so yeah, that's Graveyard Shift by ML Rio. Okay. Um, Oh, a film. Let me go to my Netflix. Um, so another film. Oh, I know. I was just scrolling through and I realized now, so I have a modern classic, I have a new horror movie, and now I think I also want to watch and recommend, if you haven't seen it, because there's some of you that are younger that may have never seen this classic, but Psycho. Um, so Psycho, I have not watched. Um, I haven't watched an Alfred Hitchcock, but I haven't watched Psycho in many, many years. I know there's been new adaptations. I know there's been like whole like TV show series, and I feel like there's something new coming out to do with Norman Bates and Psycho. But it's a classic. It's just one of the scariest movies I think I've ever seen. It has the shower scene is probably one of the scariest things ever. And I have I don't have a shower. Well, no, I do have a shower curtain, but I leave it open all the time. But as a kid, I definitely remember having to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night and like having to like move the shower curtain, like just freaking out that somebody was behind the shower curtain. But that's not even really what the shower scene is necessarily. That's just a little silly anecdote from me getting scared in the middle of the night as a child and teenager. Okay, okay, maybe even as an adult too. So yeah, Psycho I think is a great one for Summerween and a classic. Okay, so that was the third deck, book, and film. So now the last deck for Summerween is one of my favorites, an oldie but a goodie, and one that I haven't worked with in a really long time, but the Deviant Moon Tarot. Look at how beat up my box is. This is the borderless edition. This is one of my first decks, the first deck I ever edged. And one of the decks that really taught me tarot like 5 years ago. Is it 5 years ago now? It's been, yeah, 5 years. These are the backs. I don't know many people who haven't already seen the Deviant Moon, but you never know who might be stumbling upon these videos. Could be people from like the book to be kind of land who don't use tarot. But this is, I mean, creepy. Like I'm desensitized to Patrick Valenza's artwork now, I think, because I've been using this deck and seeing this deck for so long. But like that Ten of Swords is horrific. Like horrific. And all of these characters are still really scary. And they definitely do get to like the scary kind of side of things. So I think this is a very very fun deck to pull out. I love this card so much. There's so much depth in there with this Five of Pentacles. Like, look at the eyeball. Like, it's just, there's so much to read into with the Deviant Moon. I really do love this deck quite a bit. And I missed it. I haven't played with this deck in so long. So a good time to bring it out, Summerween. Bring out those Halloween dark themed decks that you save to use in October. Don't save it. Bring it out. Summerween. I don't know. I mean, like, I have the thunderstorms as my excuse here, but I think this could be good to use anytime. So, the Deviant Moon Tarot for Summerween. Okay, the last book on my list is a thriller, not a horror, I think. Yeah. Oh, and this book is a 25 on my list of 25 books to read in 2025. And it's the sensation that is Frida McFadden with these, like everybody reads these books. They're everywhere. I see them all the time. I have not yet read even one of them. So the first book, The Housemaid, is on Kindle Unlimited. It is a thriller, mystery thriller. And I want to read it. This I feel like is a definite like good book to read by the pool. Or on a like stormy afternoon. So the blurb is written from, I guess, the perspective of the narrator. So it says, every day I clean the Winchesters. That makes me think of Supernatural. Okay. Every day I clean the Winchesters' beautiful house top to bottom. I collect their daughter from school and I cook a delicious meal for the whole family before heading up to eat alone in my tiny room on the top floor. I try to ignore how Nina makes a mess just to watch me clean it up. Oh. Okay, how she tells strange lies about her own daughter and how her husband Andrew seems more broken every day. But as I look into Andrew's handsome brown eyes, so full of pain, it's hard not to imagine what it would be like to live Nina's life. The walk-in closet, the fancy car, the perfect husband. I only try on one of Nina's pristine white dresses once just to see what it's like. But she soon finds out. And by the time I realize my attic bedroom door and by the time I realize my attic bedroom door only locks from the outside, it's far too late. But I reassure myself the Winchesters don't know who I really am. They don't know what I'm capable of. Ooh, The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. I don't know that I've ever even read the blurb for that book yet. And that sounds sinister. That sounds like a woman obsessed trope. And I'm thinking, I don't even know if these are on Netflix, but I think I'm going to abandon the other horror movie that I was thinking about telling you about because this is making me think of two different movies, one from the 90s, and I think I'm in a mood to rewatch some of these old like horror movies. And they might seem like silly and ridiculous now, but like I really loved these when I was younger. So one of them is The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. Rebecca De Mornay, right? Yeah, it's Rebecca De Mornay becomes a nanny for a family, and she's a woman obsessed, and basically she attempts to like take the woman's life over from her, and like insert herself as the wife, mother, etc., etc. And she's increasingly grows more sinister as the movie progresses. So that's a good one. The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, because it's a woman obsessed trope. And then another woman obsessed trope is like, I think like it's the woman obsessed trope, which is single white female with Bridget Fonda and oh my God, why can't I think of her name? She's so good. I'll put her name up on the screen because I'll look it up. But Bridget Fonda is the one that the other woman becomes obsessed with. And this is early 90s. Both of these I think are early 90s movies. So that's two films for the price of one here, because I think The Housemaid sounds like a perfect like woman obsessed horror movie. So okay, so that's it. Those are my like recommendations, suggestions, whatever things that I might look into watching, reading, and using for Summerween, which I think is super fun, a great excuse to bring out these decks from, that I typically only use in October. And there's like so many decks, and October is just one little month. So I think it's a fun thing to do. So that's it. Okay. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I hope that you enjoyed that. Let me know if you will do any part of Summerween, horror movies, horror thriller books, or if you're going to bring out some of your decks as well. Just cuz. And yeah, thanks again for hanging out with me. And I hope that you all have a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye.